Good morning, I'm Tom Bird. Welcome to the latest instalment of the Flyfishstore YouTube channel. So we're out here today at Draycote and it's absolutely perfect conditions. You couldn't really ask for better conditions. The only slight thing that might be against us today is the water temperature. Now I'm hoping due to the cooler days we've experienced the last few days, the water temperature's come down. It was 18 yesterday, it's 19 degrees this morning. So I'm hopeful that we may well get some dry fly sport. We've got a nice gentle breeze and overcast conditions. So we're going to get out on the water, hopefully fish some dries and see what we can do. Now let's look at the setup we've gone for today. So like I said, we're going to start off, I'm hoping that we're going to encounter some dry fly sport, hopefully some fish that have rose in the water column. So to start with the rod, just gone for a 10-foot 7-weight and I've matched it with a Rio Gold floater in a 7. This is the elite, the low stretch version, just in case I have to cast a little bit further to encounter some moving fish, and that in touch call will just help me set the hook. Now the leader I've gone for today, I've gone for the Rio Fluoroflex Strong in the 3X. Now the reason I've gone for this is it's really fine for the strength, which at the end of the day is what you want when you're looking for leader. You want something that's reliable, good knot strength, and also as strong and as thin as possible. I really like this tippet because, as I said, it's 8.8 pounds, 3X in the diameters. Now if you're going to go for other brands at the same diameter, which is 0.203 at the 8.8 3X, you might be looking for that diameter at sort of £5, £6. With this we've got the extra 2.8 pound of breaking strain should we encounter some big fish. Now the flies I'm going to go with, because it has been a little bit warm recently, the fish might be sitting a little bit lower down. What I've gone for is I've gone for a pattern that will hopefully bring the fish up in the water column. So these are the new ones from Fulling Mill, the Kieran Jenkins daddies. They've got some deer hair wing stabilizers which help stop them spin, and I'm going to fish the orange one and the tan one. Now leader setup, I've gone for 8 feet between my flies, just so they're not really bunched up, and when the fish drop deeper they'll have a bigger field of vision, so they'll be able to see hopefully more flies on the surface if the fish is sitting a bit deeper. Now I've attached this with a 3-turn water knot. I've degreased the leader with some mud, and I've not added any floatant to the flies because they've got the foam in the deer hair. It's not really needed. So we'll get out there and I'm going to show you how I'll fish my dry flies and how I'll approach the day. So here we are, we've got to where we're going to fish. The reason I've chosen this pit is as we've come up, I've been scouting, looking the water for moving fish, and we've seen some moving here. We're just by K-Boy. Now this is near Musby Shoal. Musby Shoal's behind us, but it's a slightly deeper water. We've seen a few fish moving, so hopefully we're going to encounter them. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of how I actually fish my dries. So one of the reasons I go for the Rio Gold is the head length is around sort of 41 feet, and I know that if I have sort of 3 rod lengths out, which is around 30 feet, it's going to load the rod. And then at 30 feet I'll be able to see my dries easily on the water, and because they're close to me I can see them in my sort of close-up vision and still scan out in front of me and look and pick out moving fish. And what I'll have is I'll have extra line off the reel and under my fingers that I can shoot towards moving fish if I see them. However, I'm not going to cast a million miles at them because it's quite easy to miss takes. I'll watch where they're moving. Hopefully they'll be moving towards me up the wind, which is often the way when you see fish feeding in the summer on the dries, and I'll wait till they're in nice sort of, you know, maybe just over 3 rod lengths, shoot some line, and what you're trying to do as well is you're trying to see which way they're moving. So if you're watching the rise, watch which way they've moved. If they've moved twice, have they gone left, have they gone right, have they come straight up towards you, and then the next time you're hoping to intercept that fish with your imitation. So let's get fishing. Right, so we've got the leader off, so I'm just going to pull some line off now. Just about there. So there we go, that's about my 3 rod length. So I've trapped the line under my hand, and now I've got the excess line here. So I'm just going to watch my flies. I've got no drogue out because I want to cover the water, and I'm just going to fan cast them around the boat, working the boat like a clock face, and constantly picking them up, searching the water. And then as I'm doing this, I'm looking out, I'm scanning the water for fish that are moving, and then I can cover those if I see them, and if not, I'm just picking them up and fan casting around the boat again. So we've just moved up to Rainbow Corner. Reason we've moved up here is the wind is blowing a southwesterly. Obviously, as I said, we had some slightly warmer water recently, and this is going to be where the cooler water is. You know, we've got the deeper water ahead of us near A and B, and all the warm water is going to be blowing down towards sort of Toft. So we've come up to Rainbow Corner. We have seen a couple of fish moving already, so we're going to go back to fishing Dries, how we've just mentioned, and hopefully we'll encounter some. Fish, it's taken the orange daddy. We did see it move, just covered it. There we go, and he's in the net. Lovely fighting fit rainbow. So these new flies from Fully Mill are actually barbless, so the hook should, if the fish calms down for a minute, just fall out. Is it falling out? No, not quite. Just there we go. So the fly's just falling straight out. So we'll just get him straight back. That one came blind. Looks like he's taken the tan one on the point. Flies come out in the net. Lovely Draycote rainbow. Again. So that was a covered fish. Life in him. Nice fish. Tan daddy right in the scissors, just there. Cracking. we've had a great time out here today. As you've seen from the video, we've caught lots of fish on the Dries, we've missed lots, we've covered fish that have moved, that have swirled at the fly and not necessarily taken it. Hope you've learned some hints and tips from this video on how I approach fishing Dries. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest videos coming out during the course of the season, and thanks for watching.